Something that I like about the Resident Evil series is that when you explain to somebody what you're doing, they're always going to look at you like, what are you even talking about? Like, if I told my sister, hey, I just defeated a giant bat that was flying around a cathedral, and then I took a secret elevator down to a laboratory, she'd be like, what do you mean? What is even this? And you're like, oh, the giant bat was genetically like modified due to the T virus. And she's like, what is the T virus? It's like, well, the T virus is a virus that they were going to use to like, bioweapons and military like stuff. And it's kind of like every time that you say something about a Resident Evil game, it just feels like it's just completely out of the left field and out of context. And I think that's why I like it so much because it's so crazy and it's so sci-fi horror like camp, you know? thinking about it while we're, sending stuff down to Rebecca and she's going to send it back up to us. The game really does set up a lot of mechanics that you use later in the first stage. And I was thinking about it because I was just like, dang, the train really was our training area. That was our tutorial. And I like that sometimes in Resident Evil games, I really like that they don't introduce new mechanics after the first initial stage. So this first initial stage was showing us, on a train, how to send items down to Rebecca if Rebecca was trapped in the dining room kitchen, or how to separate characters. Do you want your characters to attack, always attack, even when they're alone? Do you want them to conserve ammo? But then if they conserve ammo, what if they get hurt when you leave them by themselves in another section? So if you noticed, when I move over here, I had killed the zombie that came through the little hallway that we had opened the door to. We had pressed the button on the second floor as Billy, and that lifted the wall, and the zombie walked through, and he went into the room with us, and Rebecca killed him. So it's like, do I want to do that? Or do I just, want to have her go, help, help me? And then she dies because we don't have any way of, like, getting down to her in a timely manner. Leaving Billy here in the room with the item elevator, as Rebecca, I'm gonna pick up this chemical that's here in the corner, and we're gonna mix it together to become the stripping agent. If you remember, there was a note that we found in the training facility in one of the dorm rooms that talked about if you mix two chemicals together, they would become stripping agent, so that's the red and green ones. But then if you wanted to use a different chemical, I think it was like blue and green or blue and red, would create a different set of chemicals. And so I'm going to pick up these items here and I'm going to mix them together, and then we're going to check out this blue door. We need to put our chemical into a container, which we don't have. I would think that we would be able to use the little test tube that we got, but you need a specific item to open the door to unlock it. So we are going to get the leech capsule from Billy. So he's going to send that to us in the item elevator, and then we're going to put our chemical in there and then open the door. It's a lot.
That guy must be Marcus's son or grandson.
Now that we've sent over the leech medallion to Billy, we can use that to open the green door that has the bust of Marcus on it. The bottom floor needed the stripping agent to open the blue door, but the green door needed the leech talisman, which I have some things to say about that. But we're going to continue on and grab this red canister that's in here. So we already know that Resident Evil antagonists are super weird to the point where they have weird fetish items that are extremely personal to them, weird causes that they want to go and do, which is like not normal. And so Marcus's fetish items were the leeches. And that's like hella weird, dude. You know? That's like super weird that your fetish items are leeches to the point that you consider them your children. And I know that you're going for the whole mad scientist vibes and everything. And like the leeches restored you to your younger self, which is also extremely weird, but like it's a Resident Evil game, so we're just gonna gloss over that. But there's a lot to unpack there. And it's kind of like, Marcus, did you have a fetish, and I mean this sexually and derogatorily, have a fetish with insects because you felt that insects were perfect? Is this like Alexia from Code Veronica, where she was obsessed with like wasps and ants and like butterflies and stuff like that because her hierarchy was like perfect in her mind? I'm really glad that the hunters don't follow you from room to room because that'd be extremely distressing for me. Because I'm already in a position where I don't have enough ammo to take them out normally. And then on top of the fact that they're chasing me, no. I would probably stop playing this game and just be like, hey, we're gonna play something else instead. But yeah, I'm really glad that they don't follow me from room to room. Now that we've picked up the dial, we can send it down to Rebecca using the item elevator that's up here, and she can use it to unlock the door that was previously missing the dial, which is really weird. Why is the dial back here? I don't know. Scientists panic. I mean, why is there like notes back here? Why is anything where they are? I do want to talk about something though, besides like the weirdness of Resident Evil antagonists. I do want to talk about having like a Resident Evil playlist. So I was thinking that I start with Resident Evil 0 and I go from there. So we're playing through 0 now. So then I already have Resident Evil 1 and I'm going to play through that and then play through the remake of 2. I don't know if I want to play through the remake of 3 or if I want to play the original Resident Evil 3. I think the original Resident Evil 3 would be more fun, but for for recording's sake, Resident Evil 3's remake is easier, I want to say, to go through. And then I have to make a decision if I'm going to play 5, 6, and 7 because I've already played Resident Evil 8. So if I do play 5 and 6, then those are going to take a little bit longer, and I definitely would have to do it over the summer. So I don't know. Leave a comment if you want me to play through 5, 6, and 7, and also do, 2 and 3, as well as Code Veronica. Because if I do that, that'll probably take up most of the year into next year in terms of recording, unless I just do it on the side and then upload everything all at once.
Now this is more like it.
Billy here.
Billy, I found an aerial cable car. We can get out of this place.
Wait there, I'm coming.
Roger, the sooner we get out of here, the better. Out.
Now that we're in the last stretch of the laboratory, we just need to get the cable car running. So, as Billy, we need to go down the ladder of the platform that Rebecca opened up for us and go around the corner to a hole in the floor. And in that hole in the floor, we're going to go into the cable car operation box and unlock it so Rebecca can go up the elevator and meet us on the second floor. And then from there, we should be able to take the cable car together to the next area.
This way.
Yeah.
Before we take the cable car to the next area, I'm going to do what I've been saying for the last two videos, and I'm going to go and grab the Magnum ammo that's been laying around in the training facility. So I'm going to grab both of the boxes that we saw, the one in the control room where we fought the hunters for the first time, and then the second one in the wine room of the bar, and then we're going to come back this way. So there's going to be a little bit of a transition. Billy has fallen over the ledge into one of the lower areas, but we can't get to him from our current location. So the only thing we can really do is just get the cable car running again and then make our way to the next area, which is called the factory. From there, we should be able to get to where Billy is, and hopefully he's okay. He's probably going to be, like, injured, but then again, this is a Resident Evil game, so, you know, people who are injured aren't really injured. At most, he'd probably just take a green herb, and then he'll be completely fine. Us, on the other hand, are in complete red. We are in danger because the mimic smacked us a whole bunch of times, and I was already on caution because I had ran to go get the magnum ammo, and the magnum ammo are in areas that had like enemies. So we're just going to, for now, just hold off, and hopefully there'll be healing items in the next area. We're getting close to the end of the video, so I want to go ahead and say thank you so much for joining us. We are going to take this cable car and go to another area called the factory, which is actually a fairly short area. We're really just exploring like two levels, the level that you initially come in on and then like the level right below it, and then after that it's like out, escape, take the elevator, go to another area. So it's not as puzzle intensive as the training facility and the laboratory. So we're going to continue doing that in the next one, and from there we're like probably 2 or 3 more steps away from the end, I want to say. So that's probably like 2 more videos after this, maybe 3 more videos after this, given each area seems to take me maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours to complete. So optimum is probably like 11 videos for this playthrough. But with that, thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. You guys have a good rest of your day. Bye.